Black Supremacy. I would like to thank you all for attending this divine engagement, this divine meeting, the continuation of this spiritual ceremony, this spiritual ritual where this divine information is brought forth. I'd like to thank the constant support of people who choose to bring out the black supremacists in themselves by pushing this thing forward into the future against all obstacles, situations, and circumstances. I want to begin this piece. In this one, I want to go a little bit about divine order and the law of attraction, universal law as it relates to black supremacy. In the sense of everything in the universe being in complete and absolute divine order, everything. And how we are creating our reality and what we are attracting to us. And in knowing this, going beyond fear and choosing what we're going to create and what we're going to manifest that is going to bring the highest out of ourselves. That's what I want to go into this lecture. I want to take people beyond fear, because in a lot of places where we feel that we are being safe with what we're doing, we are limiting and choosing not to take advantage of an opportunity where we can bring the highest out of ourselves. Us as a community, as a conscious community, we are at a safe limit with dealing with the forces of white supremacy. We are at a safe limit with dealing with the institutions, the black devils. We're at a safe limit. We think we're wise and intelligent in the moves that we're making. We think we're smart and we're making the right decisions. But really we are being fearful. We're being afraid to confront the challenges that cannot be avoided in order for us to bring the best out of ourselves. We have to show and prove who we are and what our worth is. And our rewards in life are relative to showing who we are and showing what our value is and showing proof of our capability and our proficiency. That's the reward that we will live in this journey. Many of us are scared. We want something great. We say we want independence and sovereignty and black liberation. But we're scared to challenge ourselves, to step into a realm that is unknown and uncertain to us. We want to make what we call safe decisions and try to avoid confrontation and try to avoid situations, not realizing that we're avoiding the situation that we really want to see happen. Once you put a thought out in the universe on what you really want to manifest, the energies of the universe start to move around the thought and the consciousness that you projected. The way the universe move around the thoughts and consciousness that you projected, we call your circumstances in your life. When I say your circumstances, I mean your stance in the circumference of your thoughts. Your circumstance. Your stance in the circum. In your circumference. In the circle, in your own cipher of what you're manifesting. Some of us have big ideas. And we attract big challenges, big obstacles, and big circumstances. But then we get weak. When those circumstances come to us, we start to break down and get scared. And start to get fearful. Not realizing that everything that shows up is relative to what you're creating and what you're manifesting. Whether you realize it or not. Everything in your life is showing up based on what you have put out into the universe. So the things that you call negative and positive circumstances that are happening in your life are relative to something that you invoked, something that you said you're creating, something that you would like to choose to experience and manifest. The universe has already been set into motion. This is a reality. We got to ask ourselves, what have we manifested in our experience, and how can we relate those manifestations into what we were attracted. Could you turn off the tea kettle, bro? The things that have shown up in our life are relative to what we have invoked. And we must stand as the deities, as the priests, and as the shamans when the circumstances that we invoked come forth. When the circumstances that are manifested to shape us into being who we say we want to be, we must be willing to stand in the face of those challenges and embrace them and utilize them with the right knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in order to transform into the higher beings that we need to be. Our challenges that we have are our weights to build the muscle of our inner consciousness, to make the inner man stronger, to embrace the reality of what they have called forth. Whatever we want to create and manifest will require us to be something. The challenges that will shape us into being that will show forth before we become that. That means whatever weight and whatever exercise that we need to become who we say we want to be, those challenges will show up. If you ain't got no real challenges in your life is weak. You scared as hell. You trying to completely walk the safe way, not thinking that you shouldn't have no damn challenges. Then how do you have the muscle to be fit for the throne that you want to sit on, for the circumstance that you want to come? How are you fit for it if you have not attracted the weightlifting situations to build the muscle of your spiritual selfhood? How can you be fit to stand in that position?
You're going to teach, man.
Some people said it's better to be safe than sorry. Sometimes safe is sorry. Sorry that you didn't become what you was meant to be.
Teach, God.
Yes, sir.
So you safe, comfortable, and sweet in a nice, quiet coffin. In a nice, quiet morgue. No one's even bothering you. Some people say, I just want peace. But the peace they're looking for is death. I want a piece of the challenges that's going to make me who I need to be, too. We talk about yin and yang, but we want yin, but we don't want no goddamn yang.
Sunshine, no rain.
It's a reality. Every people that have had their independence, we've been dealing a lot with Haiti this week. Haiti. A lot of people who have had their independence through revolution have had to go through challenges and circumstances and obstacles that they had to forge ahead and become victorious in order to get what they said they wanted, which was independence. They was not trying to be safe, capitalist, materialist, and individualist under white supremacy. They wanted their independence. And whatever was necessary, whatever challenge and obstacles that they had to go through in order to have that, they were open to experiencing them. They didn't hide, shake, tremble, have regret, remorse, and doubt, and become weak-hearted and faint. They stood up to the circumstances. If we let the challenges of the institutions of white supremacy break us down, then we are contradicting black supremacy. We are saying in our own mind, they are better than us. We better get the hell out the way.
Teach, bro.
Marcus Garvey said there's nothing that one man can do that the white man can do that the black man cannot do. There's nothing that a group of great men cannot do that another group of men cannot be great themselves and end up doing. So as black supremacists, we realize ourselves as the greatest type of men and women on the earth. We say that unapologetically and with no regret. We are the greatest men and women on the earth. That will be tested by all of these different types of institutions, by all different types of alphabets. All different types of groups, religious theologies, black devil cliques. All type of associations, gangs and organizations. They will challenge that when we come forth and say we are the greatest men on the planet as the black supremacists.
Test.
And the true black supremacist is ready to prove, to show and prove, like the gods say, who and what we are in circumstance. We're not just talking. We're not just pumping our own horns and having vain conversation. You will see in the battlefield who and what the black supremacists are and what they're made of. We will show you in the battlefield. This is a reality. We got to stop being weak in the so-called conscious community. We got to give up the weakness, thinking we're choosing a nice way and we're loving everybody, and we are the ones that suffer. We're the ones that do not gain what we have been born, what we have inherited by birth, because we want the safe route.
Teach.
I'm challenging us today to know that the challenge, if you're not attracting challenges to bring the best out of you, if you're looking for the best, nicest, sweetest situation without putting any work into it, you're looking for white supremacy. Am I right?
You're right.
Because that's already what has been set up. So if you're going to create something other than that which has been set up, then what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to work. You're going to have to be willing to undergo some challenges. You're going to have to be willing to get gorilla and gorilla than anybody else. Because as we go in the false world of his false paradigm, we stay slaves to his construct, slaves to what he has built, slaves to what he has created, slaves to what he has produced. If we want to produce our own, we got to get gorilla and gorilla than him.
Gorilla.
We got to gorilla than those who are under him.
Truly.
We will attract challenges. People say I'm a black supremacist. They're looking for a nice little sweet fantasy world that they can go in and not have no challenges. And they think that's what we mean when we say black supremacy. They think that we mean that we're going to have a fantasy and everything going to be all sweet and beautiful and we ain't going to have to worry about anything. And no one's going to bother us. And we'll go all off into the sweet by and by forever. They don't know that black supremacy means being all that you can be in the truest sense. Being challenged for the genius to be brought out of you. For your divine intelligence to be activated through circumstance. They said necessity is a mother of invention. But if the white man is providing everything that you need, how can you ever become or get in a situation of necessity where you can become an inventor? If necessity is the mother of invention, then you need to get in a necessary situation. You need to get in a situation of necessity. So that you can necessitate your inventiveness. So you can necessitate becoming an inventor. But we want it all set up. We want it all set up for us. We want a merry, merry Christmas. Black supremacy is a challenge. We embrace the challenges. We know who our enemy is. And we stepped up to be conquerors. We have stepped up to slay our enemies. We have stepped up to show our invincibility to our enemies, to show how indestructible we are. We know that. We know that this enemy must be dealt with. It must be taught by the masters of the universe. Who else can teach them? And if you think you're a master, it's only until you come amongst those who are masters can you learn what mastery is. We have let these white boys think and feel like they are masters for too long because we have not stepped into our own mastery. As black supremacists, we are stepping into the complete mastery of who we are as entities and beings, as individuals and as a race. What am I saying here? Some of us want it all good. But all good will be temporary if you are not strong enough to stand against it's all bad. Do you feel me? If you get it all good without being able to stand against it all being bad, then your all good will be temporary until you are confronted by it being all bad. So brace up for the all bad first. Get yourself ready for the all bad. Master. And when you can turn the all bad into all good over and over again, then you have become a self-realized entity. Black supremacy is the greatest challenge for the black person. It's stepping up for the challenge. Some people think our greatness is just handed to us on the silver platter and we just got it because we say a few chants and a few times and do a few yoga postures and read a few books, right? That our greatness is somehow handed to us. But our greatness will only be proven by our ability to overcome insurmountable challenges and obstacles. That's how we see our greatness. How do you know the ancestors and the spirits are with you if you're not going through nothing? How do you know? Why do they need to be with you? Huh? They need you to be with you on your way to Whole Foods? Huh? Walking down each aisle for you? With you? Why do you need the ancestors? To do what? To sit up at a restaurant? To get another Job? Why do you need ancestral protection and power if you're not fighting for the cause of your ancestors and your people? What's the point of being spiritual? What's the meaning of it all? Why? We got to talk about vanity now. We have become vain imitations of what we once were because we don't know the real purpose and meaning of why we were that. Now we look like that without a purpose. We got the clothes and the garb on. We got the language. But we don't have the spirit, the character, the attitude, nor the purpose that our ancestors had. We could care less. Long as I can deal with the white man and be a little bit African, I'm all right. Just enough African not to piss the white man off, and just be enough African to hang around my Afrocentric people. Why do you need ancestral spiritual power and protection for that? For what reason? People looking for healing, but scared to get a disease. Never had a disease before, but they all about healing. So they don't know anything about healing. You want to know about healing? Get sick. Huh?
You teaching.
You want to know about healing? Deal with the sick. People waking up every morning healthy, wealthy, and wise. Talking about they're on the path of healing. Healing what? Heal yourself of your arrogance and your vanity.
Ooh. Go in.
Heal yourself of your mental neurosis and your narcissism with your overconcernedness with your selfish self. Heal that. Heal the me-ism. Heal the constant worry and self-doubt within one's own mind and step up to be a hero. It's time now that we amass the spiritual and internal power to step up to who our real enemy is and win the battle against an enemy. Not just to say we have went on living some type of spiritual path. If your spirituality will not help you win, what is it for? If you are scared to get in the ring to win, what is your spiritual power for? If you are scared to confront the enemies and the demons on this earth, what is your spiritual power for? What are your rituals for? Soon as you say you're a God, you attract circumstances that will try to prove to you that you are mortal. Huh? As soon as you say you're a goddess, you're going to attract situations to you to prove it, to try to make you think you're immortal. What will prove it, how clear you on at being a god or goddesses, is how you deal with the circumstances that are attracted. Soon as you spill a cup of water, the room tells that cup of water, you're dry. And it starts drying the spilled water, am I correct? As soon as you spill it. Anything that you do, the opposite reaction happens in the universe of any decision you make. Soon as you say you're a God, the universe says man. Soon as you're a black God, the universe says nigga please. So how you're able to confront that and overcome that illusion, that will show forth your divine power and your grasp on the reality of who you are. For some people, when you say they're a god or goddess, the universe say nigga please, they say, well maybe you're right. Let me sit my ass down. I'm getting out here too far. Let me slow down. And for some, they say, no, you got it wrong. You're going to find out who I am. I'm going to show you who I am. Some people are defined by circumstances. If it looks good for them, they're God. If it looks bad for them, they're nigga. They one materialistic object from feeling good about themselves. Huh? They one situation from being able to be situated in a divine state of consciousness. One situation. If the heat just go down 1 degree, oh my God, I'm immortal, it's called. Huh? Mm-hmm. Their divinity is relative to a circumstances that is dependent on white supremacy and worldly conditions. Do you follow? In order for them to have definition of who they are. They're not situated in the spiritual essence of who they are. They are circumstantially fixated with an illusion of themselves. When the buffet is full, they say, oh, I'm a god. When the food run out, they say, oh, I'm a nigga. Who am I? How am I going to handle this one? Who did I think I was? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Over.
I do.
So they have relative realization. Black supremacy is an absolute realization. It is non-circumstantial. It is not situated in the material world. All of these illusions can come and go, and black supremacy will still be 100% solid. And the true devotee of black supremacy is situated in that real state of unmovableness steadiness, centeredness, and unwaveringness. The fake people are what they are for superficial reasons. And when those superficial reasons are not there anymore, neither is their sense of self. Their sense of self goes with everything, goes away with material circumstances. It's all relative. In enlightenment, we come to a non-relative state of our own inner conscious realization. We're centered in it. I'm challenging people. Love the challenges that are coming forth. It's like a football player. If you don't love being hit, there's no way you're going to be the MVP. Huh? Some people, as soon as they get in the field, I can't do this. I can't play this game. This is dangerous. You should have thought about that before you got in the field. But, no way they're going to be the MVP. Because they don't have what it takes to overcome the challenges. They posture themselves as leaders. Huh? They posture themselves as know-it-alls. But as soon as the minutest thing goes wrong, they fear for their life and call out to Jesus Christ and whoever else, right? They're not situated and ready to confront challenges. They whole sense of being Afrocentric is situated in a world that's dependent on the peace that white supremacy allows. Am I correct?
You are correct.
If it was not for the peace that white supremacy allowed, they would not have any culture or consciousness or corresponding cosmic relationship.
They call police.
They're scared to get in a situation that white supremacy has not allowed. Have white supremacy allowed you to do that? Fuck white supremacy. Huh? Well, white supremacy says you shouldn't do that, or white supremacy is you know, they're looking for you. They was looking for Harriet Tubman. Huh? They came to Africa looking for us. The white man looking for us is no new thing for black people. Huh? What you talking about, Negro?
They came to Africa.
The only reason, if the white man is not looking for you, is because you're a Negro.
Because you're right there with them.
Because you're working with him. Because as soon as you look up, his nuts are in your mouth.
Woo!
Huh? I don't want the white man looking for me, so I'm going to go be with him.
That's in the mind.
That's not logical, don't it? The white man can tell him what to be. And they rather conform to him. Right? They rather conform to the white man and have a nice situation based on conformity and then say, yeah, we got this. You don't got a goddamn thing. But white man's permission. You don't have a goddamn thing but the black devil's allowance. The white supremacist's permission. And then you're going to get hardy and put on a nice dajiki with that. The black supremacist can stand in no man's land and subsist. Right? Because no man's land is God's land. That's why they call it no man's land. The black supremacist can subsist. Ain't no white supremacist or white supremacist institution going to tell us what to do and going to run black supremacy. You can kill that one. All these Negroes say that they are conscious. and all they conscious of is how to obey the white man. All they're conscious of is how to talk shit and be obedient to white supremacy. At the end of the day, they're worried. They move and squirm like white is right all day long. Deep in their subconscious mind, the true law that they live by is not spiritual law, but the law of white supremacy. That's how they gauge their reality. Well, I ain't broke no laws. The white man not looking for me. I guess I'm good. I can sleep. But you broke the black law of not standing up for the divinity and the greatness of your people. What about that law? But you okay because Whitey is okay with you. Huh? I ain't got no warrants. I don't have no criminal record. I'm good. I'm all right. He's not looking for me. What the ancestors is looking for your ass, though. Huh?
Teaching.
The deities is looking for you. Where's my reverence? Huh? Where is my goddamn reverence? Have you forgotten me? And who you are? I am you. You know yourself not. The ancestral energies of your people are upset with you. They're upset with a people that have become so weak-hearted that they can't stand for nothing and stand up against anything. And they're scared to be with the black people who are. They're scared and afraid to be amongst the black people who will not bow down and conform to the mentality or the way of life of white supremacy. They're afraid to be among them. Secretly, they want to be in alignment with white supremacy. That's what they believe in. They call themselves Rastas. Huh? But they call Babylon. How the hell you a Rasta? And the only God you invoke is Babylon. Huh?
Police.
Save me. Help me, police. Huh? Save me. I need you. I believe in you, white man. But white supremacy has come to an end. So your calls will go unanswered. See, we living in a time now where white supremacy just ain't what it used to be. That's why I'm still standing up here talking. Who do you know that can say fuck the police and fuck the FBI and still be up here talking? White supremacy is not what it used to be anymore. It doesn't have the capabilities and ability. You calling on a dead God. Huh? Your new God is talking to you and in front of you. You still praying to a dead one. Not only is white supremacy a dead God, it never even really existed. It was a deceptive trick on your consciousness about what was real and what was not. Do you follow? So white supremacy can't help you. It's trying to save itself. How is it going to help you? It's on its way out the door. Look at the world that we live in today. Look at the economy. Look at the world that we're in today. White supremacy was over with.
We keeping it going.
We still standing though today. We are the new world order. Some people say, well, if y'all so sovereign and y'all in such a strong position, well, why is white supremacy coming at your temples? We know why the devil is coming at God. We know why. This is nothing new. The only way you know that we are God is because the devil is coming. Huh? If the devil isn't coming, it's because he already there. He always want to get where he's not at. So if the devil ain't trying to get there, then it could not be where God is at. When Satan and Iblis was kicked out of heaven, all he wanted to do was get where God was at and be accepted by God. Am I right?
You're right.
That's all he wanted to do was be the top angel, right? Mm-hmm. So we know why white supremacy is coming and black supremacy. We know. If you're doing something right and you're not bothering those that are doing something wrong, then you need to look at what you're doing again. I made some statements. I said that police officers that commit brutality need to be killed. Matter of fact, let me clarify it. I said, kill cops like this. I don't make any apologies. If you beat and harm and kill our people, you need to be beat, killed, and harmed. That is justice. I don't make any apologies about that. If you kill our people in our community, you need to be killed in our community. This is a fact. How can you have black love and call yourself a nationalist and quiver with a statement like that? How can you have even love for your family and quiver with a statement like that? That's like saying you can kill my mama, brother, cousin, nephew, and nothing's going to happen to you. Nothing should happen to you. It's okay. How dare him say that? They killed my mom and he's saying kill them. How dare him say something like that? See, love will make you tell the truth. If love doesn't make you tell the truth, then it's a double lie. It was no love in the first place. And anything you say out of non-love is a lie. Huh?
Okay.
It's a double lie. Love will make you tell the truth. Love will make you stand up. All these people talking about they love our people. They're liars. Because if you love somebody, you will stand up against the forces that are against them. If you love black supremacy, if you love your people and your community, how can you not stand against the forces that are against them? The forces that are against them are clear. We've seen them over and over again. You don't have to be a historian to see how the forces have acted against our people. And to pretend like you're going to have to read 1,000 more books to find that out shows your lack of love. It shows your own personal mental deceptiveness about who your enemy is. If you harm and kill our people, killing and harming you needs to happen. That's a fact. We have allowed this to go. We have allowed these things to go on because the white supremacist that is inside of us don't associate ourselves with the harm that is going on with our people.